What's up, everybody? It's your boy Protest Sports on Protest Sports Network, and I'm back on another video. Trying to get to all glory, God. And God to right now, God will do it for all you guys. You need to pray. Amen. Welcome back to the Protest Sports Network. We'll be back with another video. Today's video, I'm going to grade every single position group on the Washington Commanders and give you guys a letter grade. I know I did my position talk videos, but this is more of an extension of that and give you guys a much more in-depth look at the roster in a much more condensed video. So let's do it today. So we're gonna start. We're gonna do defense first, and then offense second. So start with the defensive side of football, and we'll start with the weakest position on the team, the weakest position group, linebacker. I'm gonna give our linebacker position a grade of a C. The only reason he's going to get a C and not nothing lower is because of Cole Holcomb and his leadership and his production. And also, I am expecting a leap from Jamin Davis from his rookie year to a sophomore campaign. But the depth is horrible. The depth is trash. There's no depth on this team at linebacker. It is trash. You can probably go 3 deep at linebacker. You can go Davis, Holcomb, Khalil Hudson. That's as far as you can go. The rest of it's trash. It's awful. So gets a C off of those two and the first guy off the bench. The rest of the guys are straight crap. Next position on the docket is cornerback. And these guys are as follows. I'm going to have a projected 53-man roster, but I'm going to give you guys a rough estimate of the guys. I think we'll probably keep 5 corners. These 5 corners are Kendall Fuller, William Jackson, Danny Johnson, Benjamin St. Juice, and insert another corner. Whoever you would prefer at that point. But those are probably our main contributors this year at cornerback as those 4 guys. And for that position group, I'm going to give it a C+. It's above average. It's nothing great right now because Kendall Fuller was getting abused at times last year, man. It was getting kind of bad at times for Kendall last year. At times he was getting really, really abused a lot. And William Jackson had to get used to the scheme of playing zone. But once he got used to it, I think he played a lot better. But I do want to see how they progress as a duo in year 2 of them being together. And also the contribution of Benjamin St. Juice. I want to know how he's going to do this year as well, either playing outside or in the slot. And I like what I saw from Danny Johnson last year. But I can't go higher than a C+ because of other struggles they did have last year as a complete group, not just individual players. Next position group we'll talk about is safety. I'm going to give our safety group a B-. And this is because Cameron Curl's a dog. Dog, I tell you. Dog. I know I give Bobby McCann a lot of flack and a lot of criticism, but he is an okay starting free safety. But he does not move the needle for me at all. But Cameron Curl is a dog. And I think Percy Butler's going to have a nice contribution as a Buffalo nickel and a guy that can move around as a chess piece. And I like Jeremy Reach for depth. He's cool. He's a solid backup. And then finally, I'm not the biggest Derek Forrest guy, but Farrell Gardner is a guy I'm really keeping my eye on to maybe make this team. But as a position group for the guys I know they're going to probably make the team, I'm going to give it a B-. It's definitely above average, but it's definitely not great. It's a work in progress with those guys, but there's a ton of talent back there at the safety position. Next is the defensive line. Now, the starting 4 is going to be great, especially when Chase Young is 100% and really feeling good with the ACL tear. The depth does worry me on the defensive line, especially at defensive tackle. You lose Matt Ioannidis and you lose Tim Settle to free agency. You really had to cut Matt Ioannidis because you didn't have the kahunas to tell the Colts to pay some of Carson Wentz's salary. For some weird reason, you didn't have the kahunas to not eat the whole $28 million of his contract this year and tell the Colts to pay something if you want high draft capital back. So you had to cut Matt Ioannidis, unfortunately, right? And Tim Settle walked in free agency. Rightfully so. He wanted to find a chance to get more playing time. And I respect that. No problem. You draft Darian Mathis in the second round, which I do like that. You address the position. I don't like the player, but you do not have for Darian Mathis. I'm not going to explain about it no more. Okay. Got Deron John is starting at defensive tackle. Got the ends. Defensive end depth ain't bad though. I like Shaka Tony. I like F.A. Obata. I like the guys that are behind our starters. James Smith Williams. I'm not a big Casey Hill guy, but I do like those three guys before Casey Hill. So overall, with the defensive line, with the guys I think they're going to make the team, I'm going to give this a B plus. I can't give it an A minus. The depth you lost does hurt, but I'm gonna get that a B minus. So far, safety B minus, cornerback C plus, linebacker C, defensive line B plus. That's how I look at the team on the defensive side of football. Let's get to the offensive side of the football, right? I'm going to start the most important position in football, quarterback, and probably most important position in sports, which is quarterback. Carson Wentz to me is an above average starting quarterback right now. Is he great? No. But he's an above average starter? Yes. So off of that, I'm going to give our quarterback position a B minus, along with Taylor Heineke and Sam Howell being in the quarterback room. It's a very solid group. Is it great? No. But is it solid and can get the job done? Yes. So B minus for the quarterback group already. So it's a B minus for quarterback. I'll tell you what the defensive rankings were. C for linebacker, B minus for safety, B plus for defensive line, and C plus for cornerback. But so far for quarterback is a B minus. Our running back room, B plus. I love our running back room. I can't give it A minus because Antonio Gibson has one major flaw in his game that's not named fumbling that I will be talking about in another video very, very soon. But until he fixes that one thing he needs to fix, can't give it A minus. But Brian Robinson Jr. has what Antonio Gibson does not have when it comes to that one thing I'm talking about. And you have a guy like Jared Passion, who's a great depth guy. And you get the best third down back in football. So really, really good group there. Give the running back group in B plus. Wide receiver. Now, it's an interesting group. A lot of young guys, a lot of guys with a ton of talent, a ton of potential. You have your legit number one receiver in Terry McLaurin. You have your presumable two in Jahan Dotson, the 16th pick in the 2022 NFL draft. And then you have a guy like De'Ami Brown, who was the 81st pick in last year's draft, who's your wide receiver. And you have your guy in Curtis Samuel, you paid $33 million to for over 3 years to be your wide receiver too, but he's more like a 3. So, got those guys. And you got a guy like Cam Sims, possibly Kelvin Harmon, possibly Dax Milne, guys like that off the bench. So, I'm going to get his wide receiver position. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, y'all. I'm drinking it. I'm drinking it so hard. The wide receiver position gets a B plus. I love this. I love this wide receiver room. I love it. I'm not drinking enough to be an A minus, but I'm drinking it hard, boy. I am drinking this spiked Kool-Aid hard. This spike with the vodka. I'm drinking it, boy. I'm drinking it, boy. I'm not sipping it no more. I'm drinking it. Whoa! I love this wide receiver room. I love it a lot. So that's so far for offense. Quarterback B minus, running back B plus, wide receiver B plus. Tight end. Now this is tough one. Logan Thomas right now, he's on the middle of the ACL tear. You draft Cole Turner in the 5th round. I love Cole Turner. Love Cole Turner. And John Bates is your 4th round pick in the 2021 NFL draft, who did some good things last year. Too many unknowns right now. I got to give the tight end position an incomplete. I can't give it a grade. I can't. You got a rookie and you got a second-year guy. Both are very unproven. and you have a guy on the middle of the ACL tear where we don't know when he's coming back. So I got to give that one an incomplete for now. It's a wait and see position, but I do like the talent that is there, though. I can't give it a grade. I do think Cole Turner's been really good, though. Don't get it twisted, but I just can't really give it a grade right now. Offensive line. I think that's the last position we're talking about tonight, right? Yep. So far we got for offense, quarterback B minus, running back B plus, wide receiver B plus, tight end incomplete. Finally, the offensive line. You have guys like Wes Schweitzer, Chase Roulier, Charles Leno, Sam Cosmi, Andrew Norwell. You do lose Brandon Sheriff in free agency, and you had to cut a guy like Eric Flowers away because of the Carson Wentz trade, and you not asking the Colts to pay some of the money. But none of my business. I'm still kind of like a little salty they didn't ask the Colts to do that, honestly speaking. But whatever, right? Whatever. So you have those guys that are starters. And then you have guys like Trey Turner off the bench, Cornelius Lucas off the bench, possibly Sadiq Charles. Don't quote me on that. Don't know if he's going to make the team or not. That might be coming off the bench. You have Chris Paul, your 7th round pick out of Tulsa. He might be coming off the bench. So you have a ton of talent on this offensive line. You'll probably be cutting a lot of it because you had to get down 53. But right now, I'm going to get this offensive line an A minus. I love the talent on this offensive line. Do I like the fact that we let an all-pro walk? No, I do not. But do I like the way that we kind of fill in the void with really solid football players that know their role, know their strengths and weaknesses are, and they know how to get the job done? Yes, I do. And what I also like about this offensive line is that there's no egos. There's no, oh, I'm this big bad all-pro. Oh, I'm big dog. There's none of that. It's a bunch of guys who are going to mesh together, who play really good football individually, that will mesh together as a unit. I love that. That's the one position I'm giving an A grade to is our offensive line. I like what they have done with it. I am very proud of this team for what they've done with it. And I really think it's going to be a lot better than it's advertised around the league. Oh, there's no all-pro on this offensive line. Oh, there's no Pro Bowler on this offensive line. Well, we're going to have one this year. And his name is Samuel Cosmi. That's who it's going to be. And Chase Roulier, mother. All right? Get it twisted. Don't get it twisted over here. Get it right. We're going to have 2 Pro Bowls on this offensive line this year. I'm calling it. I'm declaring it around this channel. It's going to be Chase Roulier at center. It's going to be Sam Cosmi at right tackle. And don't be surprised if Charles Leno's an alternate. This is a really good offensive line. And I love it. They're going to run block. They're going to pass block. If they stay healthy, they're going to be really, really good. And the depth behind them is solid. So that's going to do it for me, man. Let's get a quick recap. Defensively, real quick. Safety, B minus position for them. Cornerback, C plus. Also, defensive line, B plus. Linebacker, C. Those are the defensive positions. Oh, well, I'm going to get special teams before I get out of here. But offensively, quarterback, B minus. Running back, B plus. Wide receiver, B plus. Tight end, incomplete. Offensive line, A minus. Finally, specialist, punter, A. A. Kicker, A. Special teams specialists, they all get A's. So that's the only 2 A positions on his team are specialists and offensive line. Defensive line, they just prove it to me. They're A grade line. And then the other guys had to show what they can do as well. That did get subpar grading. And the tight end position just incomplete because I don't know how they're going to look. So, what are your positions or your position grades on this team for the Washington Commanders? Let me know you guys in the comments down below. It's a long video. I do apologize about that. But I did want to get a lot more in depth and really give you my grades upon this roster. And I do think that we're an above average roster. I do think that we were in between that 16 to 19 range, but I do think that we're going to play up to that standard or even higher than that because of our coaching of guys like John Mathco on the offensive line and things of that nature. Maybe except for Sam Mills, he sucks. But tell them, like, comment, subscribe. You are new to our post notifications on the Protest Sports video at the Protest Sports Network. You guys put God first, save this COVID. I will catch you guys next video. Peace, love, and blessings to all of y'all. May the Lord bless you guys in a special way. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Until then, peace, go.